Hi amigos, welcome back to the Evolving Trader. I'm back for you with my trade which I did today and what are the results and how was my order and order placements and the time and how the risk was managed and what was the reason for which I traded. So you can see clearly the stock name is JSW Steel and the reason I traded is I'll explain you. Here it was a nice supply and demand zone, you can say. Like this was the first touch. When it resisted from here, and this was the second touch. So if my plan was it breaks it for the third time, I'll enter it and catch the move upwards. And as you saw, Nifty gave a strong closing, means the for the whole day the trend was down, but at the end there was a for the day trend was down here, but at the end there was a recovery. So if there would have been a great move ahead, which didn't happen and it hit my SL. So in the first 5 minutes the market moved up and came down and made a red candle and continued the sell off, which is okay. And the another reason why I took a trade, especially in JSW Steel, knowing that there can't be a great move, but there was a space to move for the Nifty as well as JSW Steel, and it was around level of 650 as you can see. And the move in steel sector attracted me more towards JSW Steel, that all the market was down yesterday but the steel sector was too up. So I planned a continuation in it, that if it happens I'll trade it, if it doesn't I won't. So here my half quantity got entered. As you all know, without closing I don't, or a price action I don't enter my full quantity. So you can see here on 9:15 my order, I put a SLM order for JSW Steel buy, and which was completed. As you can see, JSW Steel 6 quantities. And now I'll explain how 6 quantity and what was my risk management and all. What was let me just remove this. Yeah, I'll explain about it later. So here you can see my stop loss was of 3.3 rupees. Before coming to the market, my stop loss was of 4 rupees, which is at 650. And why, the reason why I trailed it to 650.7, like I didn't trail, I directly placed it to 650.7, and as you can see there, this was my order for stop loss. You can see the trigger is 650.7, and the reason I did this is, as you can see, market made a doji type of candle here. Let me highlight it. This is a doji type of candle which was made, and if the day low gets break, and there can be expected a selling move forming a M pattern and all. But the reason I entered was volume was good, as you can see, and level was good. There was around level of 650 rupees as well. So my half quantity got entered as it crossed this high, which was its previous high, and if it crosses, the move is expected. And it too quickly went up, and generally these moves aren't sustainable. But if they by mistaken get sustained, or the sector is strong, or there is some news, so at least you have half quantity to take your profits home. But it didn't sustain, and as I was in half quantity in the trade, I had a very less loss as compared to what I plan, what is my risk management and all. As you can see here clearly, there is just a stop loss of 20 rupees. And if you saw my yesterday's video, just let me refresh it once for transparency purposes. The quantity is not that big, but still for your trust I can do it. And you can see just a loss of 20 rupees, whereas I took a target of 101 rupees in yesterday's trade, as I showed you if you have seen the previous video. If not, I link it in the tab and the description box as well. So you can see I just took a stop loss of 20 rupees as compared to my target of 100 rupees yesterday. So the reason I went half quantity and why my trading plan has these things added. JSW Steel was first pick for my trade on the day, and the steel sector, actually the metal sector to be precise, was really strongly bullish irrespective of what other market is doing. But you can see the bullishness continued. The volume which was entered made the trade go in their way, but it came a lot low, so it would have eventually hitted my stop loss, and it's okay. So here it gave my target eventually, but it hitted my stop loss first. If I would have placed my prior stop loss, which is 650, it still would have got hitted because it made the low of 649.3. so that's not an issue. The stop loss placement was perfectly all right, and this is part of the game which you will frequently see. So it's okay to give this stop loss. As one more thing which can make you happy is like it went half quantity, so you see just a loss of 20 rupees compared to a profit of 100 rupees, which is a plan in trading and should be your plan as well to trade, because the markets aren't made to make you rich. They aren't made to make your pockets fill. They are made to take money out of your pockets. So the days where it is going against you like this, if you preserve your money by taking a SL and taking it as early as possible, like here I would have waited, seeing here the market came here, I would have changed my order to 650, which was my plan before, and if I would have done that, I would still have given an SL, maybe 5 rupees more, but I got a SL at the end of the day. But here I also took a SL, but that too a very low SL, that too in half quantity. Generally a risk which I plan on my trade, if my stop loss get hitted full quantity, is 45 rupees to 60 rupees, but as it was half quantity, so I got a loss of only 20 rupees. And the reason to push it here was not like to gamble or something else or save capital or illogical thing. Simple thing is, this is day low. If it breaks, sellers are there to sell it, waiting for an M pattern to form, and if it completes, it would have given a big sell off possibly, which didn't happen. That's a different thing due to volume and all purposes. Now you can say this wasn't in a trading plan, but this move doesn't sustain, it break days low, then why didn't you sold it? Simple reason is I don't sell or buy or trade anything without many confirmation. So here the volume was against me. If the volume haven't been that great and the M pattern would have formed with time and gave a closing below that, I would have traded it, but those things didn't happen. And if a M pattern completion would have happened, still I won't have traded it because of this high volume, because this high volume is signifying that you are against the market. And first also you can clearly see there is high buying volume, not high selling volume. So it's better to ignore this kind of trade and go for something different, or let the day be no trading day. It's a much better option than that. Now only valid reason I can see why my stop loss got hitted, it's like these fast moves never sustain a lot. If it gives closing, also these moves don't sustain in a long period of time. Maybe it sustain for your trade and would give your targets. As I said in my last video, market always gives time to enter and exit the trade, so there is nothing to get panic. And if it doesn't, so at least how I did, like it's your personal choice, but if you think and you are getting panic that, oh, I'll miss this 100 rupees, this 500 rupees, a lakh rupee here and all, so what all you can do is place a stop loss manual order, which is trigger order, SLM order, to buy your stock. Like I did, I entered my half quantity as soon as it crossed 654 and I was in the trade. So if this candle would have closed and it would have given me profit target, still I would have some profit. But if it doesn't, I had a loss, pretty much small, and that's the part of the game. If you do these things, if you preserve your capital on days like this, there is a very much high possibility that on the days where there is a possibility of great moves, you go with your full capital, with full confidence and a great psychology, and catch the move and get much better things like that. Like today's day would even have be a would be a no trading day for me, but the reason I traded this thing was only the move in the steel sector, like metal sector. All metal stocks were performing really good before this day, so that was the only reason why I entered JSW Steel. Otherwise the reason, like sorry, I won't have traded today because I didn't find any great stocks in my stock watch list, and the setups which I usually like and trade with a great probability. So that's all what I wanted to explain, that when you are lose less as possible, take your SL pretty early, not too early that you miss the move. But if you are seeing that this is an ideal place to get an SL, like I was also in a thought that my plan is 650 for an SL, but if I trailed it to 651, which is day low, and if it like, oh, if it breaks this and goes up, and when it broke, my first thought was that, but I had a logic to place it also. Yeah, it's difficult to take your SLs, but if you take them half quantity and early, it will be better. When you will get your targets, your account will be pretty much in green and a good position. So as you can see, I took my SL in half quantity, and I always place my SL order in system so that it automatically take me out of the trade. Sorry, it automatically takes me out of the trade, and I don't have to worry, and I don't have to handle any emotions like, yeah, it will go up and all. I just take my SL when my SL is there, and I take it genuinely. Like I thought here at this stage when it was near my SL that I should trail it to 650. Anyways, I am half quantity, I lose just more, like 3 to 4 rupees more, but I said that this is a part of a game, and if you do it right on these days, it will be better on other days. I also maintain a trading journal in which I wrote the same things, and I gave a, like, an appreciation to me in this trade, that it was a great execution, that I took my SL on the right place early as well as in half quantity. Like I know this went back, but I'm not feeling bad because anyways I would have got my SL whether it would have gone anywhere, but I anyways got my SL with it. Let that SL be anywhere. So that's the part of the game, and that what you should enjoy as well, and you should learn from it. The only mistake I can see here is the resistance was 2 times tested, not third time tested, and the reason I didn't waited for a third test was the metal sector move. So that's it. And the time it was holding these levels from inside or from price action, I knew that it may break upwards, but I didn't took or re-entered it, because there is a very low probability. If you, like, you will say you can re-enter here, high will be your entry, low will be SL, and you will get a great target, but that's not the plan, because today it moved, but maybe it would have resisted here, because this is a fresh resistance, and till it crosses day high, you won't be that sure and probable with the trade. So it's always better not to trade these things, and shut the laptop, computer, mobile, whatsoever on which you trade, and enjoy the day or do your other works. So that was the thing which I learned from it, and I wanted that you would also get some value out of it. So thank you so much for watching my channel. If you have been so long and you have came this far and watched the video till the end, so please make sure to support the motto of my channel, for which I've started it, to create awareness in traders and to show my journey as a beginner. Like, I'm a complete beginner. Like, I've spent 1 to 1.5 years in the stock market, and the things which I execute here, I show you. If there is something to improve and someone experienced is seeing me, please you can comment down the things which I can improve in the trading which I am currently doing and showing to you. And if you got something to learn from it, which I am pretty sure you got, so please make sure to like, share and subscribe the video, subscribe the channel, and like, share and comment down the things you like, please. That's my request. That's the only way you can support the channel, and that's my humble request that you should do it. So thank you so much for watching the video. Thank you so much for your valuable time. Yeah, bye.